Hi, it's Kim from Chatterbox Quilts. Today, I'm going to be bobbing along talking about bobbins. I know, it doesn't sound like a really exciting topic, but if you're a Janome owner, you may have heard of different dot bobbin case holders, okay? So there's different colors. So we talk about a yellow dot bobbin case holder or a blue dot bobbin case holder, and it can get a little confusing. So I wanted to go over bobbins that you might have with your Janome machine to explain what they are and what they're used for, okay? So let's start with the one that probably came in your machine. Now, that could have been either a red dot one or a yellow dot one. So let's look at the red dot one first. So when I talk about dots, they're actually little triangles, and there's one right here. Now the red one may be a little difficult to see because it's just not quite as bright as the others, I guess, but you can see there's a little red triangle there, okay? You'll be able to see the yellow a little bit better, I hope. So yes, you can see the little yellow one here. And while the red did not have anything inside, written inside here at all, the yellow one does, okay? So the yellow one has a number inside, hopefully you can see that there, has a number inside and also a gram or a G, okay? So there you go. You can see the number there, and that is actually a part number, all right? And then you can see it's got 10 G, so that's 10 grams, okay? So what that means, let's break it down. The part number is the actual item, okay, the part number, because with different bobbins, so for example, the yellow dot bobbin, there may be a yellow dot bobbin for another machine that has a different part number. So there are part numbers that are specific to models in the Janome sewing machine range, all right? So you need to make sure you get the proper one that will work with your machine, and your Janome retailer should be able to help you with that, okay? Also, if you go online, so if you go to janome.ca and you see these different parts on there, I mean, we're talking bobbins today, but there's feet as well, of course, and other notions, other items, I should say, accessories, you will see that there's different part numbers and they will have a list of machines. So, for example, CM7, CM8, CM6, CM17 may all take the same part number. They may not, I'm just using this as an example, but they may use the same part number, whereas some of the Skyline machines, the S9 and other ones, may use a different part. So it could still look like the yellow dot bobbin case holder, but it could have a different part number on it. Okay, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in just a moment. But those are your regular bobbins that you would use for your normal piecing, or if you're a garment sewer, you know, sewing your seams together, that type of thing. And they are typically a 10-gram weight, if you will. Okay, that's kind of how strong that bobbin case holder is as far as pulling, you know, the top thread down with your bobbin thread. Okay. Then you might have, if you have an embroidery machine, you might have a white dot. Okay, it's a little white dot bobbin case holder, and this one has a different number inside, and it also has a different weight. So this is a 20 gram, all right, so stronger than the 10 gram, all right, because it's used for embroidery. So you want to make sure that bobbin pulls the top thread down. You'll often see a little bit of top thread on the back of your embroidery, and that's exactly what you want to see. You do not want to see the embroidery thread, or sorry, the bobbin thread up on top when you're doing embroidery. So the white dot bobbin case is used for embroidery. Then you may have a blue dot bobbin case holder, and this is an optional accessory that you can get. So you can see the number there. And this one is hard to see a little bit, but it says 8 grams on the bottom right-hand side there. So it is a bobbin case holder that's used for free motion quilting. So free motion quilting, ruler quilting, all right, when your feed dogs are down and you're moving the sandwich around. So this is a lighter weight, if you will. It's not as strong. It's not pulling that bobbin thread, pulling the top thread down to the bobbin as strongly as, say, the white one, okay, at 20 grams. This is only 8. So this is even less than your regular bobbin case holder that came with your machine. As I mentioned, this is an optional accessory. And when I talked about looking at the part number, let me just pull this out here. It comes in a little packaging like this, a little case like this. You can see it says Janome Bobbin Holder Low Tension for Continental M7 Professional, okay? And so on the back here, it has a part number, okay? So when you're looking at what part is for your particular model of Janome machine, this is the number we're looking at. It even says part number down at the bottom. It has hyphens in between, but it's the same number altogether. So while this is for the Continental M7, it also works for the CM17. Now sometimes you may find that these packages, even for other accessories, at your local Janome retailer may not have a machine listed on it that came out later. Okay, so for example, I've had this for a number of years. I've had it before the CM17 came out. So that's why it's not listed on here. However, if I go online and I go to the janome.ca website, Janome Canada, you will see a listing of machines. They update that. Obviously, they can't go back in and update the packaging you see in a store, but they will have an updated list online and add new machines as they come out. So you'll be able to double check. But again, your Janome retailer is the best person to go to and ask if you're looking, for example, for a blue dot bobbin case holder for your machine because you want to use it for free motion quilting. Now, I have lots of other information available to you if you are a Janome sewing machine owner, and of course on all kinds of other quilt topics as well, but you need to be a subscriber to know when I'm releasing those new videos. So be sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. And remember, subscribing to my channel is totally free. Now, I talked about the blue dot bobbin case holder and I talked about using it for free motion quilting. If you're wondering how to set up the Janome CM17 for free motion quilting, don't worry, I got you covered. Check out this video that has all the information that you need. And for more helpful quilting information, be sure to go to my website at www.chatterboxquilts.com.